There was a time when nobody needed to explain what a real man was. People recognized him by his actions, by the way he kept his word, by the way he remained calm under pressure, by the way he accepted responsibility when everyone else looked for excuses. But today, something has changed. Millions of men know everything about trends, entertainment, and other people's lives, yet they know almost nothing about themselves. They demand respect without earning it. They want strength while avoiding hardship. They want confidence without doing anything that could build it. That is why more and more men feel lost, without purpose, without direction, without discipline. So what truly separates a man from a boy? Let's find out.
A real man does not begin with muscles, not with money, not with status. He begins with his word. Today, people make promises as if they cost nothing. I'll start tomorrow. I'll definitely do it. You can count on me. Then days pass, weeks pass, and nothing happens. The problem is not making a mistake. The problem is losing respect for your own word. Every promise you break damages your reputation. But something even worse happens. You begin to lose trust in yourself. Your mind remembers every broken promise. Eventually, it starts believing that your words no longer lead to action. That is why so many people stop believing in their own potential. They have spent years proving to themselves that they cannot rely on their own decisions. A real man understands something simple. If he says he will do something, he does it. And if he is not certain, he does not promise. His words carry weight because they are supported by action. But keeping your word is only the beginning. The next characteristic of a real man is responsibility. Most people love taking credit. Very few enjoy accepting consequences. They blame circumstances, their parents, the government, their boss, bad luck, anyone except themselves. A real man thinks differently. Instead of asking, "Whose fault is this?" he asks, "What can I do about it?" Even when life is unfair, even when someone else caused the problem, he focuses on solutions instead of excuses. That mindset changes everything, because responsibility creates reliability, and reliability earns respect. People naturally trust those who consistently do what they say, not because they are perfect, but because they can be counted on when things become difficult. In a world where many people speak, a real man acts. And every great quality begins with that simple decision to let your actions become louder than your words.
A real man doesn't have to be the tallest. He doesn't have to be the richest. And he doesn't have to defeat every person standing in front of him. But there is one quality he cannot live without: strength. Not only physical strength, but mental strength. Today, many people misunderstand what strength really is. Some believe strength means aggression. Others think that speaking the loudest makes them appear powerful. But truly strong men rarely feel the need to prove themselves. They know who they are. That is exactly why they remain calm when everyone else begins to panic. Life will never be easy. Sooner or later, every man will face failure, loss, betrayal, pressure, fear, hardship. The question is not whether those moments will come. The question is how you respond when they do. Most people panic. They make emotional decisions. They say things they later regret, and they only make the situation worse. A real man does the opposite. He studies the situation, separates facts from emotions, then makes his decision. A calm mind is often stronger than brute force, because it allows you to see solutions where everyone else sees only problems. There is another quality that modern society rarely talks about. A man should be capable of protecting himself and the people he loves. That does not mean looking for fights. In fact, the best fight is the one that never happens. But if there is no other choice, fear should never be the one making your decisions. That is why learning self-defense or martial arts is valuable. Not because it makes you better than anyone else, but because life is unpredictable. One day, you may be forced to protect yourself or someone who depends on you. Real strength never needs to announce itself. It doesn't seek attention. It doesn't search for validation. It reveals itself through actions, through calmness under pressure, through responsibility, through the courage to act while everyone else freezes. That is why truly strong men rarely make the most noise. They don't need to convince the world that they are strong. They prove it every day through discipline, not for applause, not for social media, not to impress strangers, but because they understand one simple truth. The world does not respect the loudest man. It respects the man who remains calm in chaos, makes difficult decisions, protects the people around him, and becomes someone others can depend on when everything starts falling apart.
There is one kind of strength that no one can see, yet it determines whether a man becomes the master of his life or a prisoner of his own impulses. That strength is self-control. Today's world is designed to make saying yes effortless. Want a distraction? Open your phone. Don't feel like working? Watch another video. Feeling tired? Put everything off until tomorrow. Little by little, a man stops living by his principles. Instead, he begins living according to his impulses, and that is where most people lose. A real man understands one simple truth: not every desire deserves to be followed. Sometimes the right decision is the most uncomfortable one, and those uncomfortable decisions are the ones that build character. Another essential quality is emotional control. Many people believe controlling your emotions means never feeling anything. That is not true. A real man feels fear. He feels anger. He feels disappointment. He feels pain. But he refuses to let those emotions make decisions for him, because emotions come quickly and they disappear just as quickly. The consequences of emotional decisions can last for years. That is why a mature man thinks before he acts. He doesn't explode over every disagreement. He doesn't threaten people to feel important. He doesn't need to win every argument. He remains composed even when others try to provoke him. That is the difference between real strength and the appearance of strength. There is another trap many men fall into today. They search for respect in expensive cars, luxury watches, money, status, the approval of strangers. But real respect begins somewhere else. It begins when you know you can rely on yourself, when you keep your promises, when you stop running away from responsibility, when you continue moving forward even when nobody is watching. That is why a real man is not the one who looks the toughest. He is not the loudest. He is not the most aggressive, and he is not the one constantly trying to prove himself. A real man is someone people can trust, a man who keeps his word, accepts responsibility, stays calm under pressure, builds both his body and his character, can protect himself and the people he loves, and becomes a better version of himself every single day. In the end, a man is not defined by his words, not by his appearance, not by the number of followers he has, not even by how hard he can punch. He is defined by the decisions he makes when nobody is watching. Because character is not built during moments of success. It is built during the moments when quitting would have been easier, but you chose to take one more step forward.